In this episode, I'll show you some of my favorite make-ahead recipes that you can prepare in advance, freeze for quick and delicious meals during Ramadan or any time of the year for gatherings. Let's take a look what we'll be making. Flavorful and juicy homemade chicken döner that can be cooked right from the freezer. For the marinade sauce, I have 1 medium onion, 2 heaped tablespoons yogurt, about heaped teaspoon of pepper paste, teaspoon of each paprika, oregano, cumin, about 1.5 teaspoons salt and half teaspoon black pepper, tablespoons of lemon juice and about 2 tablespoons olive oil. I also used 2-3 cloves of garlic. Give it a nice mix either with the hand mixer or blender, and our marinade sauce is ready. This time I'm using chicken breast. You can also use boneless chicken thigh. I just cut them into slices, as you can see, to make them thinner, and now I'm going to bring them together with the sauce. To make sure that every piece has enough sauce without too much working, I just dip them into the sauce and place it to my big bowl. Continue to do so. Cover and let it sit in the fridge at least 4-5 hours or overnight. I'm going to use the leftover marinade for the chicken shish tavuk. After about 8 hours of resting in the fridge, I lined a rectangular baking pan with a freezer bag that I cut it open, and then place the chicken pieces. Make sure you get the marinade here. Cover tightly and then continue to freeze in the freezer. The next morning it was all set, but a little bit more kind of a slushy. I was still able to heartily slice it. This is what we are looking for, to get thin slices like we see in the chicken döner outside. So thinly slice and then put it in a freezer container and continue to do until the block is finished. You have to work a little bit hard on this part because the block is hard, but then you will end up having a beautiful chicken döner slices that are frozen and ready to cook whenever you need them. Marinated chicken skewers ready to be grilled or cooked whenever you need them. This time I bought chicken thigh without bone. Takes a bit more time, but it is more flavorful. You can use both this part or chicken breast for making chicken shish kebab. So I prepared another marinade, the same recipe. I had a bit left over, but this is almost 1 kilogram as well, so I wanted to make another batch. Then I stir the chicken pieces to get all over the marinade. Cover and again let them sit in the fridge overnight. Then the next morning, I lined a freezer bag onto my tray and placed the chicken pieces to my skewer and place them next to each other. Make sure they don't touch each other because when they are frozen, you might have hard time to take them out, which I also had. Then put them into a container or either another freezer bag and they are ready to keep in the freezer. In a minute I will show you how I cooked and served them with the other meat products that I made. Two styles of Turkish meatballs, ready to bake or grill or use in many dishes. For the köfte this time I'm using a classic recipe and method of making it. On my channel I already have the easy version you can make using food processor and that's the recipe I usually use. But this is more of a classic style köfte recipe they usually make in restaurants. So I will share it in another episode fully with all the details. Here after the mixture is rested for 24 hours, I shape them into two different shapes, placing parchment paper to stuck together and then freeze overnight. And after they are fully hardened, just put them into a container either or freezer bags. The common way of cooking the köftes is a grilling or on stove top, but you can also bake them with slices of potatoes and other veggies. And here I want to cook with all the chicken döner, shish and the köftes and prepare a beautiful plate to show you. I have my rectangular griddle. One side I'm using for grilling the köftes and the other for the chicken döner and shish. The döner takes less time to cook than the chicken shish, so it is better to cook them on the halfway you begin to cook your chicken shish. I served it with a fluffy rice pilav and grilled tomatoes. More scenes and details will be in the köfte episode, but I can confidently say that our kitchen was smelling like a Turkish kebab restaurant. By the way, the lemonades, the Çiğ Köfte behind and the sarmas are also from the freezer, which we will talk about it in a minute. One of my favorite İçli köfte or Kibbeh, stuffed bulgur shells. It takes some time to prepare, but when it's ready, you can just deep fry right away. It has a delicious spiced meat filling inside a bulgur, cracked wheat shell. Perfect for freezing, and right away you can deep fry and enjoy it anytime. You can watch the full recipe and the easy technique to shape on my previous episode I shared recently. These grape leaves are a spicy version that we made with my daughter. This version has no meat. It is mostly known from the southeastern part of Turkey. You can eat either warm or cold. I'm gonna briefly explain how I made it, but the special episode will also come next. So this sarma I'm making is a version that are more spicy, has tomato and pepper paste, pul biber, chili flakes, black pepper and dried mint. After sauteing everything with onion and olive oil, I added some salt and about half cup of water. Just barely want to cook it, it's still raw. Added some garlic And after I turned off the heat, chopped parsley. It needs to cool down completely so we can wrap it easily. Here I'm giving you the recipe briefly because this is also a special, a beautiful recipe. I want to have a separate episode to share it with you. But if you are curious, I already have a recipe that are coming from the Ottoman Palace and Istanbul region style of grape leaves on the channel. I'm gonna add to the description. After we rolled the grape leaves, I just stuck them in a freezer container, and the next day wanted to show you a little bit and also to taste how to serve it. I just sauteed a pepper paste in olive oil and add the frozen grape leaves, the sarmas, added halfway water and simmer and cooked for about 45 minutes. You can eat warm or cold. It is beautiful, spicy and delicious.
Mantı, homemade Turkish dumplings. These mantas are also another favorite that many of Turkish people might have in their freezer. It can be time consuming a little bit, but when it's ready, you can just boil, have a ready home cooked meal from the freezer.
Classic Turkish style mantı has a simple dough with egg, water and salt, and then rest the dough for about half an hour. Meanwhile, make the filling with ground beef. You can use mix of lamb and beef. One grated onion, take out the juice of it, some salt and black pepper, and then I roll out the dough with a rolling pin. You can also make it with a regular rolling pin. I'm using oklava here, and my daughter cut it into small squares. Mine was bigger than her. She wanted to work a bit more harder. It's not hard to shape, but a bit time consuming. So if you have a friend, your daughter with you that can help, you can chat while doing this or watch your favorite movie or show. If you plan it, it's not impossible to make it. And the result is very delicious. I have an episode how to make mantı, but I'm also planning to remake it, so you can either watch that and make sure to stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. When preparing börek for the freezer, you have two options. You can freeze it uncooked, shaping it in different ways, or you can bake it first, portion it, and then freeze it. Either way, it's a great way to have a delicious, ready-to-go meal anytime. So I made the simple börek sauce with eggs, milk, and vegetable oil. To my medium-sized tray, after I oiled, I spread one yufka, dampen it with the sauce, and then inside the first yufka, I wrinkle the one rest of the yufka and then dampen it again. Here I'm using about 700 grams of fresh yufka store-bought. Make sure it is well dampened. Then at the middle, add your filling. I'm using Turkish white cheese and chopped parsley here. You can use mozzarella. We sometimes add kashar cheese. And then again by wrinkling, add the rest of the yufka. The wrinkles also help to make it fluffy and keep the sauce in. Then continue to use the sauce. Keep a little bit for the top. Close the hanging sides of the yufkas. My oven is preheating to 200 Celsius degree. I wanted to slice them before it bakes so the sauce can go between each layer more easily, but it is optional. And then bake until it is golden color on the top and bottom. On my first slice, I didn't go all the way down, otherwise the sauce can go to the tray and then make the börek stick to the bottom, so be careful. And the next morning, I just put the börek slices into my container. To reheat, just take as much as you want. Heat a non-stick or cast iron skillet. Reheat on a medium-low heat until the inside is fully hot and outer parts are crispy, both sides.
These lavash breads are so soft, easy to freeze and thaw to use with your dürüm, make a sandwiches, perfect.
To my mixing bowl, I added 1 cup water, 3 heaped tablespoons yogurt and olive oil, teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon dry yeast. I added 2 cups of whole wheat and about 1 cup more regular all-purpose flour. You can also make it only with all-purpose flour, but if you use whole wheat, it makes the lavash softer. Let it rest for half an hour. It doesn't have to be doubled in size. Cut the dough into 10 to 12 pieces. Make a round shape, cover, and begin to roll out. My cast iron pan griddle is heating. This is special for making gözleme or lahmacun. It is on high heat. It has to be cooked very fast so it doesn't get dry out. Takes about 1.5 minutes to cook one, and also meanwhile you can roll out the next lavash bread and continue to cook the others. An important hint: after it is cooked on high, takes about 1.5 minutes, as I said, make sure to spritz some water all over, turn it, and then do the same and cover with a clean kitchen towel. This way your lavash breads are going to be soft, beautiful, ready to use. Make a dürüm with döner kebabs, whichever you like. This time I used with Çiğ Köfte, another raw bulgur bowl, street food, very famous. I'm gonna share it soon too. You can freeze the rest in a freezer bag while it is still fresh and use whenever you want.
My friends, I also tried freezing the Çiğ Köfte in portions. It is perfect. You can just have them as a side dish to serve or a quick lunch or snack. I will share the Çiğ Köfte recipe in another episode, but I already have one. You can check from the links. Another must-have that I always have in my freezer is this chickpeas that are cooked. You can use it to make chickpeas and chicken rice pilav in your soups. And finally, I prepared a lemonade concentrate, which makes it very easy to prepare in no time, either individually or in batches.
There is nothing more refreshing than homemade lemonade, and with this freezer-friendly recipe, you can enjoy it anytime. We have beautiful lemons on the market. It's the season right now. Normally, I cut the lemons and oranges into chunks and freeze and make the lemonade. This time, I'm gonna turn it into concentrate by peeling the yellow parts first without going to the whites, and alternately layer it with some sugar so the flavor can come out. Used couple of oranges to give an extra flavor and color, and then I peeled the white parts and didn't use this time. Then I processed everything, the peels and the fruit parts, with more sugar. And here is the concentrate I got. I transfer it in a pitcher and then pour it into ice cubes and some of them into containers. It came out so beautiful and handy to have. I'm surely going to share it in another episode, but I will write down the ingredients under this video as well for you.
I hope you enjoyed this special episode. Make ahead recipes for the Ramadan or throughout the year for the busy days to accompany you, for the family or big gatherings. You can just have some of them ready. If guests show up, you can fry some İçli köfte, make some dolmas. There are lots of possibilities to make when you have this kind of recipes ready in the freezer. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to give your thumbs up, share your comments below, and I'll see you with more recipes to come and the detailed recipes of some of them. So stay tuned. Afiyet olsun and see you next time. Bye.